everybody. This is Mike Orshan and Ricardo Valenzuela, and today we have the Honorable Ambassador Emilio Goycochea from the Ambassador from Mexico to Canada. Emilio has been the Chief of Staff for President Vicente Fox. He's also been the Undersecretary of Tourism for the Fox administration, and he's been a senator and a congressman and the federal level for Mexico. Emilio, thank you for being here today. Well, Canada and Mexico are both the United States' largest trading partners. Can you give us a little bit of what they do with each other?
As you know, since 12 years ago, North America signed NAFTA. During that time, the commerce and investment between the countries increased really amazing, and we have a trend of increases on trade with United States, Mexico and United States, on average of 12%, but with Canada it's close to 20% steady in the last 12 years. The trade between Mexico and Canada is more dynamic than even the one with the United States. We're getting really good amount of trade and investment between Mexico and Canada. We have been participating in the SPP, the Security Partnership with United States and Canada, putting on every year several thousands of Mexicans to work in the fields in agriculture, and it's under an agreement, and they come legally, and they stay here for a few months, and when they finish, they go back, to the country, to Mexico, to their families, and they come back again, next year. Canada, it's a country like the United States that needs, more labor, skilled labor, and even non-skilled laborers every year. There are not too many Mexicans in this country, by the way. Mm-hmm. I know a figure in around here. Our population here is only 100,000. I would say probably that the 70% of the people who stay here has a college degree or a master or a PhD.
There's a subject that comes up almost on every interview, and I think that someone in your position is going to be a key player, and it's the concept of creating a North America bloc like in the European Union. And I wanted to know what your thoughts on the creation of a North American bloc would be.
And in order to integrate a bloc of North America, we need to solve the problem of security and immigration and economic development, and especially in the border. So I think those issues had to be faced, had to be aware of both governments that they had to get involved and create the commissions in order to bring solutions with the view of the two parts.
We all know that there's a lot of jobs and vibrant economy going on in China and India, and somehow the North America people, Mexican, along the border, United States, the whole country and Canada, are going to have to compete. What are your thoughts?
We need to get involved more as a region, and we have to solve those problems that we're talking about immigration, that only problem put the society of the United States and Mexico against each other. And I think in order to defend our territories, our markets, and to share our strengths as a societies, we need to solve those problems that keep us working in those fields, and not leave us time to develop more economical development. And I think the border can play an incredible role in order to generate the labor, jobs, and wealth for the people of both sides of the border. I think in the future, the border, Mexican United States border, is going to be the most important part of both countries.
Mexico actually graduates more engineers than in the United States, but there seems to be an underemployment of those engineers, especially in the United States. And now we've learned from you that in Canada that's the opposite, that they're embraced. How does the United States begin to realize the quality of the Mexican graduates and begin to integrate them as a whole into some higher levels within their United States corporate organizations?
We're generating right now a lot of graduate people, college degree people. And, well, between countries, it doesn't exist any agreement in order to recognize the titles, of neither Mexico recognizes the title of the United States, and the United States doesn't recognize the titles, the university titles, of Mexicans. So I would say, that Monterrey Tech, he make the first step on that, but we have to go. I think we have to go probably faster, in that matter, just because the labor mobility between the three countries is incredible.
Yeah.
Somebody is graduated from one country, let's put a Canadian is graduated from here for university, go to Mexico, and it's not recognized. They don't get paid the same way as a Mexican get paid in Mexico, and that's opposite too. And for example, United States is the same thing. So I've been really surprised that I've been traveling in Canada and visiting some factories and finding some engineers, Mexican engineers, that comes here, make a master degree, and with the master degree they're allowed to, and it's working, and I feel so proud, that those Mexican engineers, then they're doing really good right here, making a good money, and they're really inserted in the society of the town, of the cities here.
I was the head of science and technology for the state of New Mexico, and would have visits from representatives from China, India, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, et cetera, and they would be touting their engineering skills and facilities. When the Mexican representatives came, it was usually for trade and labor issues, and very rarely did we get a chance to get the same feeling of expertise. And so it was a little shocking as these interviews started to really hear how many Mexican engineers there are out there and the quality of them. So I just wanted to mention that. Ricardo, do you have a question you might want to ask here?
I just want to say that I have been listening, and I wish that what Emilio has said could be here, not only in Canada, but in the United States Congress, in the Mexican Congress, because he has been painting the vision of what we should do between Mexico and United States.
I think there's a lot of things to do in order to see the future, as three countries more integrated, not only in economical or investment, but we need more. We need to create it with a time on the Parliament of North America, for example. We have the Parliament, the Parlatino, which is in Brazil. Many of the Congress people from all Latin America get together, and it's subsidized, by all the governments, and it has a special agenda, and take decisions, and those decisions are implemented in their countries. So we had a Parlatino. Mexico participates in the Council of Europe with 6 chairs, with 6 Congress people. And they're they're participating really active in Europe, but we don't have the structure in North America, and I think we have problems right now that they belong to North America, not only to their own countries.
To actually get the concept of North America as a region more implanted in the United States, the citizens' minds, and I think that's going to be important in moving the region forward, because I think this world has turned more into regions than it is into countries. Right. And I really think that your position in motivating the Canadian government to do that is going to be very critical in the coming years.
Yeah, that's I think that's what we have to do for the coming years, and that's our position about it.